President Akufo Addo says government will introduce a comprehensive program for industrial transformation. Key elements of this program includes restoration of macroeconomic stability, reduction in interest rates and tax burden, provision of reliable power supply, setting up stimulus package to support existing Ghanaian industries, and the establishment of petrochemical industries, iron and steel industries. On policy initiatives, President Akufo Addo, in his maiden State of the Nation address in Parliament, told the House that the curriculum from basic schools to senior high schools will be reviewed, while the One Village, One Dam project will take off this year in the 3 regions of the north.
It is 51 days since President Akufo Addo took over the reins of government. And in fulfillment of what Article 67 of the Constitution stipulates, the President was in Parliament to deliver his first State of the Nation address. His arrival in the August House at about 50 minutes past 10 in the morning evoked songs from both sides of the legislature. While the majority sang Eradi Boshe no Abemowi, the minority chose to sing Eradi Begistia no. President Akufo Addo's speech lasted over 1 hour 45 minutes and has been described as one of the shortest State of the Nation addresses. It started by acknowledging the role played by former President John Mahama in ensuring a smooth and peaceful transition, thus making Ghana a beacon of democracy in Africa. From 2001 to 2016, Ghana has witnessed a peaceful change in government 3 consecutive times, and these give the President the unique opportunity to draw from the experience of 3 former commanders-in-chief. On the economy, the President described its state as not healthy, with high budget overruns.
We find ourselves in a situation where Ghana's total revenue is consumed by 3 main budgetary lines: wages and salaries, interest payments and amortization, and statutory payments. These 3 items alone account for 99.6% of government revenue. This means that anything else that government has to do outside of these lines will have to be financed by borrowing or aid. The persistent resort to borrowing for any additional expenditures to meet the aspirations of our people is also not sustainable. We cannot continue this way with our public finances. And I will not allow this economy to collapse under my watch.
The banking sector is also reeling under pressure due to the bad loans and non-performing loans on the books of the banks, which have increased from 11% in 2015 to 17.5% in 2016. This exposure has made the banks vulnerable.
In the immediate term, targeted legislative policy and institutional reforms will have to be undertaken to unleash the suppressed potential of the economy and allow Ghanaian entrepreneurship to rise and thrive domestically and internationally.
Using the agriculture sector as a vehicle to transform the economy is high on the radar of the NPP government. To this end, the sector ministry will in April this year launch a national campaign dubbed Planting for Food and Jobs.
Food processing has been the first steps towards industrialization in virtually every country, and it is time for us to take it seriously. Not only will it serve to cut down on the wastage of crops during the high season, it will provide more jobs and expand farming business. Food processing will also save time in the preparation and cooking of our local foods, and there will be better control on the hygiene in the process. Mr. Speaker, I look forward to an exciting time in the agricultural sector.
Some of the policy initiatives announced by the President were the construction of a railway line from Takoradi to Paga in the Upper East region.
Implementation of an aggressive program for export development, targeting primarily regional and continental markets. enhancement of domestic retail market infrastructure, and the active promotion of the market and distribution of domestically produced goods.
The Disability Act and its compliance, which will ensure that persons with disability get access to public buildings, was high on the president's agenda. The police and the armed forces welfare were also captured in this maiden address, and President Akufo Addo promised to make life better for the security agencies.
There are serious difficulties facing our armed forces that are not unlike those facing other parts of our public sector. Overcrowded and inappropriate accommodation for personnel, inability to pay food and utility bills, and threats from providers to cut supplies. These are the everyday stories in all departments, and our armed forces face the same problems. It is a regrettable state of affairs that will not continue under my administration.
Rounding up, the president urged the three arms of government to take cognizance of the clear desire of the people of Ghana for change.
Let us all show that we acknowledge the change has indeed come by being punctual to functions, and I intend to set a personal example. The other area of our lives which we can and should start making a change is the care of the environment. We are in danger of destroying our blessed country. Ours is a beautiful country. If we claim to love our country, we must take care of the lands, the trees, the water bodies, and the animals. They are all part of what makes Ghana. The change we have voted for demands that we adopt better and sustainable sanitation habits and learn to protect and preserve our environment.
He said punctuality, environmental cleanliness and sanitation are some of the areas the executive, legislature and judiciary can spearhead to demonstrate that the change message has gone down well with them. Edward Nyakon, reporting for GBC 24.